Hello, my name is Junyong Lee, and I'm studying as PhD candidate in Postech in South Korea. Today, I'm going to present about our work in which we apply color transfer to one image into color of target image, leveraging our novel histogram analogy technique. In the presentation, I will first explain what example-based image color transfer is. Secondly, we will discuss shortly about related works and their limitations, which motivated us to come up with our approach. Then we will delve into more details of our work, where I will share framework and its implementation details. I will also share experimental results as well as applications of our work. Finally, I will wrap up the presentation with some discussion. Example-based image color transfer problem, what we want to solve in our work, is basically transferring colors of an input image into colors of target image. Important things to note are the colors of the result image should reflect the colors of target image while keeping contents of input image. Existing color transfer works fall into two categories, which are global color transfer and local color transfer, where we notate it as GCT and LCT respectively. GCT methods basically tries to match global color information between input and target images, and LCT methods computes local correspondence between image pairs and cluster them and finds mapping between the clusters for color transfer. We also refer to image stylization works as related work, which are mostly LCT-based methods. LCT methods in image stylization does transfers colors, however, content of input image changes to meet style requirements of target images. While exploring related work, we found that methods does not work robustly for certain types of image pairs. So we started to dig into the problem, and while doing it, we found that there are categories of relations between input and target image pairs. Those are strong relevance, weak relevance, and irrelevance. The image pairs in strong relevance have similar contents as well as configuration. The configuration here means the object location. The image pairs in weak relevance have similar contents but less similar configuration. And the irrelevance pairs does not share any similarity in both contents and configuration. Among relevance categories, we found that GCT and LCT methods fail in certain type of relevance. GCT works robustly on strong and irrelevance pairs but fails in weak relevance pairs, while LCT works on strong and weak relevance pairs but fails in irrelevance pairs. The failure of GCT in weak relevance is obvious because they do not care about local correspondence of image. Also, LCT fails in irrelevance pair as there is no local correspondence between the images. The problem of existing work motivated us to come up with methods that work robustly on all types of relevance, and our method is based on the concept of image analogy. In image analogy, the learned transformation between image pairs, denoted as A and A prime in the figure, is applied to input image B to produce target image B prime. There are works leveraging this concept for color and style transfer. However, we tweaked this concept a little bit and proposed histogram analogy for more robust color transfer in various relevance types of image pairs. Different from image analogy, in which a transformation between images is learned, proposed histogram analogy learns a transformation between images given histograms. If you refer the figure, we design a model that learns to transfer colors of source image B to the colors of target image B prime, using the correlation between source and target histogram A and A prime. Note that in our histogram analogy, target is not given as an image but histogram. This scheme brings advantage in training, in which our color transfer model focuses solely on color information. From now on, I will explain our color transfer framework that learns the histogram analogy, in which we train a feed-forward deep neural network. For more robust color transfer on various relevant types of image pairs, we adopt uniform as well as adaptive histogram analogy, which allows the model to consider global and local correspondence between source and targets. For next few slides, I will delve into details of our framework, and then implementation and training details will be shared. Our framework consists of two networks, histogram encoding network denoted as HEN and color transfer network denoted as CTN. HEN encodes histogram of both input and target images which are in LAB color space. The network is shared and separately computes the encoded histogram features for input and target images. Given the encoded histogram features and the input image, CTN transfers color of input image into target color space. Also, our model handles weakly relevance image pairs for semantic replacement module, where the local encoded histogram is placed according to the semantic correspondence between the input and the target image. HEN encodes the histogram information of input and target images. To compute histogram H, we first divide image I, which is in LAB space, into L and AB, and we compute histograms of each of them with predefined means, where histogram of L is in one-dimensional space and histogram of AB is in two-dimensional space. Then histogram of L is tiled and concatenated to histogram of AB, and we refer the concatenated histogram as H. Finally, HEN is fed with H and produces histogram encoded feature E, which is tiled accordingly and passed to the color transfer network. The tiled E, which is denoted as capital letter E, contains global color information of images. As discussed in related work, global color transformation fails in weakly relevant image pairs, as they do not consider semantic relation between the images. To solve this problem, we attach semantic replacement module after HEN, in which locally encoded histogram feature is adaptively replaced according to the semantics of the image. We apply the semantic replacement on target histogram features. After HEN encodes histogram features and semantic replacement is applied, CTN transfers color of input image given encoded histogram features. The network is composed of encoder, decoder, refinement, and auxiliary modules. Encoder-decoder structure allows CTN to fully exploit features in different scales. And refinement module refines decoded feature for the final results. An auxiliary module facilitates the training process with multi-scale prediction of color transferred images. We train the network to minimize three loss functions. The first is image loss, which enforces the network to learn histogram analogy between predicted and ground truth target image. We use mean squared error, denoted as MSE, between the prediction and ground truth target image. The second is the histogram loss, which trains the network to produce image to have the same histogram as target image. The network is trained to minimize MSE between histograms of predicted and ground truth images. The third is multi-scale loss, which is MSE between predicted color transferred images in each level of decoder and corresponding downsampled ground truth target images. To train the network, we used MIT Adobe 5K dataset, which consists of 5,000 photographs, in which 10,000 original images are retouched by 5 different experts. For our model to be exposed with more various colors, we further augmented colors of the dataset. As our framework uses histogram as target condition, the network is trained in supervised way between predicted images and histograms, and ground truth images and histograms. We used PyTorch to implement our model, which is trained on NVIDIA Titan XP GPUs. It took about 100 epochs to be converged. Here I attach the link of the codes. For next slides, I will share experimental results of our work. First to be shared is ablation study of the framework. In the figure, baseline is the model in which HEN and CTN receive image, not histogram. HE refers histogram encoding, in which HEN and CTN receive target histogram only, and HA refers histogram analogy, where models receive both target and source histogram, completes the concept of histogram analogy. SR refers semantic replacement. If you look at column C in the figure, baseline does not work at all. As discussed earlier, use of image as reference confuses the network, while histogram facilitates the training process as network focuses on color information. The HE model produces an image with vivid colors, but it fails to reflect the reference color properly. The HE plus HA model, on the other hand, produces well-transferred results in strong relevance and irrelevance cases. However, it shows an unsatisfactory result in the weak relevance case. It shows that our histogram analogy and semantic replacement effectively train the framework of our histogram-driven image color transfer. We also qualitatively evaluate our method with previous works. Please note that figures C and D are the results of GCT methods, and the rest except ours are LCT methods. In a strong relevant case, while most methods work well for a strongly relevant case, some LCT methods such as figures in E and G tend to fail to preserve structures when images have dense textures. Our proposed method generally works well for strongly relevant image pairs. In weakly relevance pairs, GCT methods shown in figures C and D tend to fail. LCT-based methods usually well reflect the reference colors, but some methods, as shown in figure E, F, G, and I, produce results with unnatural artifacts. Result from H shows a preferable result in terms of color reflection, but artifacts can be found in their results. Our method shows the best result with moderate color reflection as well as content preservation. For irrelevance pairs, style transfer-based LCT methods shown in figure E, F, and G usually fail to preserve contents. Method using dense correspondence, shown in figure H, reflects the reference colors well, but produces exaggerated textures. GCT methods, shown in figure C and D, preserve texture information, while D generates unnatural colors. GCT-based methods shown in figure C, LCT-based methods shown in I, and our method produce reasonable results without noticeable artifacts. We also conducted a user study using AMT with 20 participants and 30 test images. We compare our results with those of 5 previous methods, and the benchmark dataset consists of image pairs provided by Lee et al. And Luan et al. As shown in the figure, which is summarization of the preference matrix, our method is preferred than the other methods in all criteria except one, where He et al.'s method is favored for color reflectance in the strong relevance case. Here, I share applications of our model. As a histogram is used as a reference, we can edit an input image by modifying the histogram. The figure on the left shows the color enhancement result with histogram stretching, and the figure on the right shows the result of histogram modification. In conclusion, we propose a novel feed-forward network for image color transfer. We also adopt histogram analogy that can be applied uniformly or adaptively using semantic segmentation, and it allows our model to handle various types of relevance of image pairs. As our semantic replacement module depends on semantic segmentation, the performance of our method with semantic replacement can be degraded by segmentation error as shown in the figure. In such case, a user may simply turn off the semantic replacement, as our method can still provide natural-looking results without semantic replacement. More advanced semantic segmentation techniques may improve the performance of our method. Thank you for listening, and we will have 10 minutes for Q&A session.